Hi, so I'm Thomas. I'm joined today on the call today by my co-founders, Jason and Vince. And we're building Rocko, a simple-to-use interface for on-chain borrowing. The problem is that DeFi is too complex for 99% of crypto owners. And as a result, consumers are unable to access a growing ecosystem of DeFi credit. They're missing out on low-rate loans. As you can see from the graph, total value locked in Ethereum lending is a fraction of crypto's market cap. Rocko is the first DeFi borrowing platform that's designed for the average crypto owner, not just the experts. It allows anyone to easily borrow cash within minutes from trusted DeFi protocols. To illustrate how simple it is to get a loan through Rocko, I'll show you all a quick demo of our platform. So in order to create an account, all we require is an email sign-in. After that, users dropped here, they're able to select what they want to borrow as well as how much they want to borrow. Next, they choose which asset they wish to post as collateral. We plan to support additional assets over time. And here, they're able to select the lender and loan offer that's most appealing to them. Similar to Expedia, we allow users to compare, to filter, and to sort by the most important factors. And once they select a loan offer, the table on the right will populate key information. We also provide tooltips throughout so users can be educated on any terms they're unfamiliar with. To reduce liquidation risk, we allow users to set a collateral buffer. Now, as you can see, when they move the slider, the values on the right will adjust accordingly. We provide users a final review of all the necessary and critical information of their loan. Now, at the bottom, they're able to choose where they want to receive the funds. We support a variety of options, and for popular exchanges like Coinbase and Gemini, we leverage OAuth to simplify the process. Once the loan is finalized, a smart wallet is created for the user. And upon receiving the collateral, the smart wallet will actually automatically deposit it into the protocol and withdraw the loan to the specified wallet. At that point, the user is able to then manage or repay their loan at any time via the Rocko dashboard. So regardless of their familiarity with DeFi, the entire process of signing up to receiving funds can be completed within minutes. And it's as easy as booking a flight. So we're a team of experienced fintech founders who built and sold companies in the space. We've launched a number of innovative consumer products in both TradFi as well as Web3, such as the Gemini credit card, Marcus Pay, and Onto Finance. Right now, we're looking for product feedback and early testers. So if you're interested in what we're building, please reach out. We'd love to connect. Thanks, and happy to answer any questions.
Awesome. Thank you. Great job doing the live demo. They're always tough, but you did it really effortlessly. First question, do you imagine the primary users to be retail users? And do you imagine the on-ramp to crypto to be difficult to them?
Yeah, so we essentially see our target market as the millions and millions of consumers who have Coinbase accounts, Gemini accounts, but have yet to essentially venture into the world of DeFi. And so they already own crypto assets, and they're just sitting in there on exchanges, and they're not being leveraged to access low rate and flexible loans.
And can you speak more to the go-to-market experience for them? How do you imagine attracting those communities?
Yeah, so I think we look to NerdWallet as a great example. When you think about DeFi borrowing, there are so many just commonly asked questions. Things like, what is getting liquidated? What is a collateral buffer? Why are APRs floating and changing constantly? And I think we have this really unique opportunity to not only answer those questions through quality content generation, but also point to how our Rocko platform uniquely solves these customer pain points. And so we're really excited about that approach to be able to essentially create this growth loop where we're consistently putting out new high quality content, highlighting all the amazing features we're looking to launch.
Do you have an RWA strategy?
Yes. In terms of fully fleshed out, the straight answer is no. But where we see Rocko going is this idea that any loan on chain, we want to essentially facilitate it. So whether someone has crypto assets, NFTs, or even wants to tokenize their stocks or wants to borrow against future income streams, we want to be the platform for them to do so. And so that's kind of where we see any asset they may have, we want them to connect through Rocko. And so whether or not we build those functions internally to help them bring real world assets on chain or partners with others in the space to provide that service essentially as somewhat of a hidden backend solution for Rocko is to be determined. But we're really excited about the possibility of kind of allowing users to get the most of any asset they own.
What stack are you built on and why? So anything from block space to wallet infrastructure, etc.
Yeah, so right now we're using Zero Dev for the smart wallet, as well as Web3 auth for key management. Zero Dev, we've just been really impressed with kind of with the out of box solution, allows us to build quicker. And then in terms of Web3 auth, we like that it's essentially a decentralized, custody solution. And then you can really build in that clean UX when you partner that with account abstraction in terms of, giving users an experience they're used to. Right now, we're first building on top of Ethereum, the idea that just the majority of DeFi lending happens on the Ethereum blockchain, and so long term though we would look to support just a whole variety of both L1s as well as different L2s. Also, we built first on Compound. The reason there just being Compound being one of the most popular and trusted protocols in the space in terms of lending, and just kind of the simplicity from an integration perspective.
Someone asked, can users get notified via email if their loan gets too close to getting liquidated?
Yes, we want to build out a whole. I love that question. We want to build out a whole suite of like management tools for people. And so one of them would be essentially, a collateral buffer alert if it's dropping too low. Both email, ideally we could also offer text alerts just in case. But also on top of that, things like APR spikes, right? If you have a floating APR and it spikes above, let's say 7% for too long, you may want to, switch to another loan. And kind of building on top of that, ideally our system at one point in the future could actually auto refinance on behalf of the user. Or if it's a liquidation risk, they could actually auto top off, whether it's paying down their loan in portion or, adding more collateral. We essentially want to make this, so simple and easy for users to use this, and that they don't ever have to worry about, essentially the status of their loan.
Right. We have time for 1 to 2 more questions. So let's start with, how do you plan to highlight some of the unique risks associated with different platforms? An example given was risks on Aave V3 different to V2 and still different to Compound and others.
Yeah, that's such a great question. It's something we're still thinking through. I think our goal is to provide the greatest amount of flexibility in terms of where users can borrow, but at the same time, we kind of feel like we should exercise some discretion, ensuring that they're not going to, deposit their collateral with the protocol that's, they're going to end up being rugged. And so one of the ways we're currently looking into it is essentially building some type of, trust score or, some type of evaluation framework where we're able to say, based on the number of factors with this protocol, everything from, the number of audits they've gone through to the, the language that's used, how trustworthy or credible do we think it is? And how can we essentially, show that to the user in a way that's simple enough for them to just, intuitively understand the risk there without having to understand the nuances of smart contract and other kind of inherent risks to blockchain.
Last question, based on your user research, what features are users most excited about?
Yeah, so I think the collateral buffer, or sorry, the email alerts on collateral has been a big one. And then also as we've started building, users have asked about ways to essentially better understand floating rate risk, as well as the opportunity to borrow at fixed rates. And so I think that's what we're excited to offer as well. This is the opportunity for people to not only borrow at floating rates, but also to access fixed rates in the ecosystem. And then I real quickly, I guess the other last thing is that just getting cash, right? I think that's one of the big use cases we want to solve for. Stablecoins are great, but they're not super convenient if you're trying to pay down credit card debt, or if you're trying to pay your student loans, or if you're trying to buy a house, or even invest in stocks. So this ability to just get cash right away, even if the loan itself is denominated in USDC, as long as the user receives cash in their bank account, it just creates such a simpler and a more interesting value proposition.
Awesome answers. Thanks so much, Thomas.